Hey everybody, Beard Brothers Breaks here with break number 2 for Stadium Club, guys. We're down to 15 spots, and look, the most expensive spot left is, what, $29? We can easily get this sold tonight.
Oh, for sure. This break is 25% cheaper than the last time we did it, so these prices are great.
And of course, it's Stadium Club, guys, one of the best products of the year. Absolutely, hands down, no one can say that it's not one of the best products of the year. It's why people do it for such a good chunk of the year. It's just so good. Last year we had tons of it, kept going on with it, and this year's no different. While we can, we will keep going on with it. It's just good stuff. Good stuff. That was a great time last night, guys. Really good time. We were able to get more of it, so we'll let you know what's going on there. We don't know 100% ourselves yet, but we will definitely have some more Absolute for you coming up, because that shit was amazing last night. Absolutely amazing. What's up, Eddie? Thank you for getting in, Eddie, by the way. We do appreciate it.
What's up, dude? What's up, dude? So, yeah, guys, I mean, most of these spots are under 20 bucks. Almost every spot left is under 20 bucks. There's only like 2 or 3 spots, maybe 4, something like that, over 20 bucks. But majority of them are pretty damn cheap, guys. Pretty damn cheap. Like I said, it's 50. Do you get the ones that were from today in there yet, Brett? Today? Yeah. So there should be 15.
What's going on, Eddie?
Should be 15 up there. Yeah, okay. You're good.
Thank you, Eddie, for helping us find more of that.
Yep, it was pretty sweet.
I've looked and I couldn't find any.
Well, it was like you said, it was a Thursday refill, I guess. It's kind of like they used to do when you had to go in the store, and they just did it online. I just didn't realize that's what they were doing. I mean, the stadium, I don't think ever went out of stock. I just don't know what's in the stadium blasters, or I would have got some to mix them together, but it doesn't say any hits or anything.
Well, there may not be.
They may be like really hard to get, and it's like, well, why would I get something that's that hard when I could get these and they guarantee them, you know?
Oops, minus the laugh. I fat fingered.
Hopefully we get this sold. Hopefully Gypsy Queen's here on time. Should hopefully be here, but did all I could do to get it here on time. So
it's a random, really. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This product has certain products will have a guaranteed hit in them.
Oh, it's a random. Okay.
But certain other products, as you know, it's just whether you get something or not, it's not guaranteed.
So what do we got left, guys? D-backs, Red Sox. I'm surprised Duffy would get the Red Sox if he was kicking around. Oh, Sean didn't get his Tigers in this?
Nope.
I'm surprised.
Sean's been getting a lot of luck too lately.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Even last night got some luck. Even gave some of that luck away.
Yeah, he got two.
So, let's see. So you're getting ready for Hawaii, Eddie, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, he's leaving Monday, he said. I thought he already left. I have a horrible memory.
That was a good break like last night, Eddie. Oh my gosh. It was crazy, dude. It was, oh my gosh, crazy.
Well, Brett had fun. It wasn't that crazy. I think you just thought it was crazy because it ever had so many hits for the price and everything.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, it's been hot and humid pretty much every day, other than a few cooler days we had. But it's overall it's been humid for the last probably 3 weeks. But yes, it's hot and humid today. We had a couple days at the end of. We had like one day at the end of last week where it was like in the 60s, and then we had one day the Friday before that it was like in the like high 40s or low 50s at night, and then it was in the 60s during the day, and then all the other days were like super hot. Ah. Oh boy, $125 each kid to get tested before they go to Hawaii.
Oof. Good old COVID.
I was just reading online. I don't know where it went, but
Tigers for me. I'm at work right now. We'll be listening. You got it, Sean.
you taking them down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you are, it would be. Yeah, earthquake weather. Well, you see all those shows they always have, Eddie, and they always say that San Andreas fault and then whatever other fault. You know, that California's ready for another one. It's going to be a big one.
The San Andreas fault?
I think so. Right?
I know what it is. Clearly you don't.
Yeah, I do. I thought you were saying that it wasn't that one. Yeah, it's the fault line.
The
for
fault
the
line?
earthquake. Well, that particular fault line. You know, they got the movie with The Rock. It's going to be just like that. Of course, The Rock will probably show up and save everyone. Or he'll just be dead before it happens, probably.
14 left. We're making it there.
Yep.
And guys, Gypsy Queen for Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be here. We'll see what happens. Should be. We got them overnighted, and the other guy said, we should have them on time. I know the other ones are going to definitely be here. We got some other stuff coming, too, but the Target boxes. I saw the UPS. I saw the UPS thing. It already said it was shipping today, so.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? What the Rock is cooking! I remember we used to do that. Can you smell what the Rock
Are you
is cooking?
Are you an old man?
That's what he did.
No, he doesn't sound like that at all.
Yeah. No, he did. This deep voice, it's what he do.
That's not a deep voice. That's an old man's voice.
That's exactly what he would do. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, but it's not deep. That's just an old man's voice.
No, that's the way he did it, though. It was weird.
Thank you, Sean. Can you?
Are you reading it again? You just read it.
No, I didn't. He said sent money.
Wow. You said sent money. Can you smell what the? And you said started reading it again.
Yeah, I did because I couldn't see. It was like that.
Brett needs glasses.
Yeah, most expensive team, Blue Jays, is still there, guys. $29.
Yep. It is. It is.
Not a bad price, guys. So we got this. We did a little cheaper. We're making less profit on these breaks lately because we want to give you the best price possible, and we want them to get moved. We don't.
And
want
we
them
like
to sit
working
around.
for free.
We're trying to keep these things moving. We don't want them to bug up and sit there for 2 weeks.
Right. So what we did in return is
just-
we screwed ourselves. That way, you guys we could get these sold out.
Since you guys want to get back, so I can just direct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem, Eddie. 8 autos this total this box. No, only 2 autos per box, 8 per break. Dun-dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 autos per box.
Yeah, 8 autos.
You know,
But all autos.
but you never know. They may purposely screw you in one box and give you 3 in the other, as Matt said, because that's a way to do it.
Was that this product that happened
Yeah,
with?
and you were like, oh, I'm happy they did that, and it was like, what?
I was happy because you were like, oh, they're not gonna give you 3 in one.
But you would have no.
And then when I did, I was like, I remember my throat hurt after because I was like, ah!
And then I remember pointing out to you,
Shove it! I think I said, shove it up your ass or something like that during the eBay break. Yeah, we still had Eddie's here, didn't we, from last time, or did you send it?
What?
I thought you had something that was Eddie's, and he was like, oh, hold on to it and send it, da-da-da-da-da.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
He may have said, but...
He may have said, but you sent it anyway. We can, though, Eddie. If it's not an eBay break, I don't mind waiting until like 2 weeks. If you're not in eBay, but there is eBay this weekend, so if it ends up having
I see.
eBay,
Oh, I think I'll just send you guys one of the best.
I get what he's saying. He's gonna give us like a amount, and then it will just pay for his San Francisco Giants over multiple breaks. He'll have like a tab, but it'll have money in it. Kind of like how I stock up my 7-Eleven account.
They should put 300 autos in one box.
Yeah. Even though that's more cards than is in here. They could put 148, I think. It's like 148 cards or something. So they could put 148. They could put 300 though. They could probably squeeze 300 cards in a 148 box count box.
What?
148
box
count
box. Best box count. I can do that, Eddie, with Top Series 2, Hobby Box, a Sharpie, and some time.
Come on, folks. Come on and talk to the Beard Brothers. Why did you have all that stuff on the table over here?
Because I'm looking at those boxes we're going to make.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we could use some of the panini for that, too.
What panini? Oh, yeah. Oh, Stadium, too, actually. We could have grabbed 1 or 2 of those, but... Well, yeah, that's true. I got a hockey blaster at home. Could always throw that in. We're talking about the beard boxes, guys. If you weren't here last week, we were talking about making beard boxes. Was it yeah, and I think it was last week. And where you'd put like packs in the boxes, so many packs per box, and then some of the boxes, obviously some of the boxes could have a massive hit in the packs, but some of them we'd randomly insert the tier 1, a hit from the tier 1. And then, or just the tier 1 pack, and somebody would get a whole pack of tier 1. That's obviously that would actually be a really big chasing idea.
Yeah, if I have a balance with you, you guys save on fees and don't ship until a nice stack accumulates under 1 pound. I think 1 pound of weight, you can go for a first class priority.
Yeah, 15.9, buddy. Good old Pirate Chip lets you go more than eBay, lets you go more than everyone. They let you hit the 16, don't they, actually? As long as it doesn't go over.
I think so.
What'd Shawnee say? Sharpie and some time. But yeah, I could, we definitely want to throw some tier 1 in there. And then we're going to use, say, a box of Bowman, some Series 2. I mean, we have some Goodwin champions we could throw in there. We got basketball. We got lots of random stuff we could throw into these things, guys. And we could make these beard boxes pretty damn crazy. I mean, no, I'm not going to. I want it to be a surprise. I was going to say I could show you guys some of the packs we could throw in there. Or does it matter, really?
There's no need to show them. It should be a surprise.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But we do have some really nice basketball packs too that we've gotten and stuff like that. So Not a lot, but I mean, some nice stuff. I mean, there could be some really nice stuff in there. Some of the basketball stuff that was like really expensive back in the day, like people were ripping and stuff, but just packs. So I think it would make the beard boxes pretty damn hot commodity. Yep, 16-ounce flat is the threshold. For show, for show. Little pirate ship. You get those to fit in there now, the label maker? Your label maker working now, Eddie? Did you get it working? I know you said you were having issues with it. I was folding labels one night. Well, Brett was doing something, I forget, but I was folding labels. And I folded like the whole stack. I think it was too...
Yeah, no problem, Eddie.
It's almost too tall for the thing. I just watched a good movie last night from the 80s, Brett. You'll have to watch it. It's good. Other People's Money. Danny DeVito.
Never heard of it.
I had neither. It was on HBO. So I got HBO for a couple months there. Pay for it for a couple months just to do something. Watch some different movies. There's all different stuff on there. But, yeah, it's a good one. Actually, it's funny, too. Danny DeVito. He's so short. Like the whole movie, it's funny because he'll be sitting there at his desk or whatever, and he invests in companies, and then he basically buys them out because they're worth more on paper than they are like really. And then one of them was like New England Cable and something, and he bought it out, and made money on the shares and everything, and but he kept saying like the daughter or whatever was a lawyer and she was trying to like save the company, and he had the hots for her and stuff. They kept having meetings and stuff. Anyways, he kept saying like, Dunkin' Donuts? Did you want some donuts? And he had like, this is from the 80s, and she's like, I'm not hungry. You don't have to be hungry to have a donut. Since when do you have to be hungry to eat a donut?
Kind of true.
He's like, it's a donut. They taste good. You don't have to be hungry to eat something that tastes good. That's what he said. And the box was like this. It was like this, and it was like this tall. And I was like, I totally remember those Dunkin' Donuts boxes. I'm like, it has a dozen. Why is it so big? And I'm like, the donuts must have been way fluffier then, like bigger donuts. They've shrunk the donuts. That's why they do them the way they do now. Oh, and because now they only put 6 in a box. Remember, right? And then they don't they only put 6 in a box, or do they put 12? No, they put 12. But they're small, so they make a big flat box. That's right. Plus, nobody wants them touching each other, so they all have to be flat now. They can't be standing up touching each other. So I was reading earlier, guys, that, what was it? Alex Rodriguez, S-Pac, and iconic Italian brand Panini are in talks for a $3 billion merger. The Panini Baseball Trading Card and Sticker Company. I don't know if you guys saw that. See that, Brett? Former baseball superstar Alex Rodriguez, S-Pac, and iconic Italian sticker brand Panini are in talks for a $3 billion merger. Slam, the S-Pac led by Alex Rodriguez, is exploring a merger with Italy's Panini. The transaction could be valued at $3 billion. Panini is famous in the soccer world for its collections of stickers and trading cards.
Yeah, everyone's a huge fan of stickers.
I know, I was reading that and I'm like, what about stickers and trading cards together? No wonder why they have like stickers so much. Yeah, Alex Rodriguez blank check company Slam Corp is in discussions to merge with Italian sticker and sports trading card collectibles brand Panini. The deal hasn't been finalized, but could be valued at $3 billion. Panini, named after the brothers who founded it, was established in 1961 in Modena, Italy. It made its first FIFA World Cup stickers for the 1970 soccer tournament in Mexico, making trading cards and sticker collections a part of the experience ever since. Some rare stickers can fetch high prices. Whole different world of stickers. That's when people want stickers, when it's just the sticker. Maybe you should stick an email out and let everyone know we're live. Trying to sell this. Get people in here. Let them know we're at 14 spots. If we can get it down below 8 or something, 9 maybe, we can get it purchased, you know, because there wouldn't be much money to purchase 10 spots in this break. Even 8 or 10. Brett,
What?
do you hear me?
Yeah, I can't keep sending these emails on her. They're gonna keep getting bounced.
They're gonna keep getting bounced.
Yeah, because these people's emails, when they get too many of them, it bounces
Well,
them right
90%
back.
of them, it just goes into their spam folder anyway, and they don't even see them. So I never see them.
I don't even think you're signed up, Matt.
Yeah, I am. They go into my spam folder. Because when you used to send them out, you used to say, I sent one out earlier, and then I'd go look for it, and I'd have to go into my spam folder. Dubba. Wow, look at this. We might have to buy a box of from these guys at some point and not let it go to waste. We got 2,500 points to $20 voucher at Grand Slam. I didn't even know that. We have like $20 or more too at Hit Kings as well. Maybe worth just buying one box from them if it's free shipping, and if we can use our coupon and put it in something. Where is everyone? I think last Thursday wasn't. Well,
Again, it's
last Thursday we did all
Thursday. It's 5:36 on a summer day.
And we've been doing this for over a year.
Except if you notice, winter Thursdays do pretty decent. Summer,
Yeah,
they get slower.
They still do sometimes good. Last week
I'm not saying they never do good, but they still go slower. It's summer. People are out and about during this time. First of all, it's only 5:36. Still, half the country is still in work.
half the country's not even working.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of people that aren't even at work.
Who?
People that aren't working. People that haven't gone back to work. People that quit their jobs. People that don't want to work. People that want to collect free money.
Yeah, except that's coming to an end anyways.
I'm sure it will be extended or they'll have some other thing for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they will. Biden's big on giving out free money to everyone. Now the newest thing is today all the parents get $300 a kid.
That was nothing new.
That just started. Yes, it was new.
It's
This
not
was the
new.
first payment.
Yeah, except it's been in legislation for a long
Yeah,
time.
I know,
It's
but
nothing new.
it's new as in nobody got money until today. So if they want
Are
to
you
spend it
angry
on
you don't have
breaks,
a
let's get
child?
moving. No, they can spend it on breaks. Let's get moving. This weekend, actually.
No, screw your children, guys. They don't need to eat.
A lot of parents just spend the money on whatever. They don't care. I guarantee you this weekend people will buy into breaks.
So
with
you're
that
saying
money.
all these people are bad parents and don't use the
No,
money
a lot
for
of
the
these
kids?
people probably don't even have kids.
Oh, then why are you telling them to spend the money?
Because
They
a lot
don't-
of these people are young. They don't have kids. I'm just saying.
It can't be both
I guarantee.
ways.
Of course you can. On eBay, there's so many people. There's people that are spending their money on that because they don't need it. They're like, I already have enough money. It's just extra money
So
now.
most of you don't have kids. The ones that do and are getting this money, you're bad parents.
No, not if they have the money. If their kids are starving, and yeah, they are bad parents. But if they're already making enough money and they get 300, do whatever you want with it. Who cares?
What do you think the point of that money was for?
To help them out.
For the
But
kids.
they can't for anybody,
No.
for anything.
No, it's not.
Okay, but if they're already helping their kids, they're not going to be like, oh, here's $300. You're 9 years old. Here, go do what you want with it. Go buy some Fun Dip.
Well, of course not, Matt.
Here's some crybabies.
It's literally paid to people. That's why they give people tax credits with kids and stuff. Yeah. It's to support
per
the kid.
Per kid.
It's support to help the kid.
Per kid.
Yeah.
Some of these people with 3 kids get $900.
Kids aren't cheap.
Like ServPro. We never stopped working. Why do they need money? They've made just as much money before COVID as after COVID. So why do they need extra money this whole time? They don't.
Who? People with kids?
No, people that worked at jobs that never stopped. Like ServPro. It's not like they're hurting for money because they're making the same amount. We never got cut because we clean COVID. We never had less hours, but yet they're getting all the things. Now they're getting, all the ones everyone got, and now they're still getting them.
Getting what though?
All the stimuluses, and now the 300. This is every month. They're getting this every month.
Who? If they're working at Serpro, they're not getting it.
They're getting this child's thing every month.
Yes, that is support. So people who had kids suffered a lot during
I know.
COVID.
I'm just saying though, this is every month. This one's every month.
I know.
The other one was whenever they did
This
it.
is to just help support the people who had. A lot of people who had kids. It really threw a wrench in everything.
Yeah, right. I know.
Well, it did.
I know.
Some people had to get childcare of sorts, and
I know people that did it. Or they just stayed home because they can't afford it. Because Servpro doesn't pay them enough money. So it was cheaper to just stay home than to pay somebody to do it. So it's easier just to quit your job and stay home. Because they got paid way more money to stay home, remember, than they did to go to work.
yeah. No, again, all that stuff's coming to an end with the government. They already said.
And Kelly's pregnant with another baby. Like 4 or 5 months. I was like, how's the guy? She's like, oh, he left. I'm like, oh, well, that's
the problem is, what it is if you were getting that 300, you wouldn't be pissed. It's because you wish you were getting 300.
She's the one I was talking to here when we were breaking sometimes, and I said to her, she never said anything to me. I was like, oh, how's it going? And then she sends me a pic. She says she's pregnant. I'm like, bullshit. So she sends me a picture, 4 months pregnant, I think 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, Jesus. I was like, you ain't shitting. And I'm like, so you still with the guy? No, he left. He's a dirtbag. Oh, that's nice. I'm like, I thought you weren't having any more kids. Well, I wasn't planning on it.
You guys know about this, right?
She's like, I wasn't planning on it.
You're like, what the frick are they talking
I said
about?
2 words. Tubes tied.
Nothing having to do with cards. What is this?
Well, no one's here anyway. Is it saying anybody's here?
Yeah, 3 people.
Well, maybe they like our conversation.
Uh-huh.
Sean likes it. Sean's here listening. He's shampooing cars right now listening to this. He sends me voice messages sometimes, and all I can hear in the background is the vacuum and the washing and all that. So I guarantee he's doing. It's what he's doing right now. I got some new shoes. Me and Joe went to the outlets. Went to the what's it called? Footwear or something. Famous footwear or something. Fancy footwear, fetish footwear.
How does that make the story
Fantasy
better?
footwear.
You're like an old person. You don't need the details.
These are the Skechers Deluxe Walkers. Deluxe Walkers.
Oh.
No, they're like pillows.
Yeah, I remember when I cared about Skechers when I was a 12-year-old watching Nickelodeon, and that was always.
They have really nice shoes now.
And that's when they
you
always
can say
had.
what you want, but I've watched the videos on. They did way better than almost any shoe with the industrial ones that they had. No, they're steel shanks.
Skechers. When you hit on the ground, they light up.
Yeah, look. Do they look like they light up? These are extra wide.
They just look like regular old crappy sneakers.
Yes, they're
Nothing
not
special.
crappy. They're actually the best shoes I've had in probably 10 years. They have thick, whatever for like people that have feet problems and back problems. They're called the Deluxe Walkers.
Yeah, now you're an old person. They're extra thick for my weight.
Yeah, I have a bad back. These are actually really good. I stand up on concrete all day long.
I put these things on and I'm walking on sunshine.
Yeah. You'll see how it is when you have to stand up all day on concrete when you get your new job. You can't sit on a couch all day and go, come here, Haley. Come here, little John boy.
Who's Haley and John Boy?
Whatever those kids' names are.
What is this, the Waltons? Hey, Jim Bob.
There's no Haley on there.
I know. I don't know where you got that name.
Because I don't know the names. They're old, goofy names anyway of the kids, aren't they? Billy and Tommy or something? Billy and Stevie, whatever their names are. I don't know. Ricky and Bobby. Susie and Charlie. These are nice, though, I'll tell you. See, they say it right there.
Yeah.
Deluxe Walker.
Yeah, you're the type of person when they put a deluxe name on it, you're like, these are nice.
No, I tried on a whole bunch of shoes. These are nice.
It says deluxe.
No, because I tried them on. I don't put shoes on and go, oh, they suck, but it says deluxe. Oh, these are so good, I'm going to buy them.
No, because you buy into the whole brand of
but
it
it's
all.
not, because I've been wearing them all week. I tried so many shoes on when we were there, and I was like, oh, look at these, Joe. I'm going to try these ones on. And then since they had them in extra wide, 4E, all that extra space for my feet, because usually I have wide feet.
That way when you have gout, they can really spread out.
You know, I have wide feet because they're flat. I have flat feet, so they squish out more because I don't have the arch.
You magically don't have an arch in your foot.
Huh?
You have flat feet. There's no arch, period.
No, I have flat feet. I don't know if there's maybe a tiny bit of a one. I don't know. But I was told I had flat feet growing up. When I went to every time I went to get shoes, my mom would go to the places where they use that metal thing and measure your feet and
Oh,
all
you
that
mean
crap.
a ruler?
The metal thing you put your foot in. Not
Yeah, it's called a ruler.
Yeah, not just a ruler.
That's it. Just called
It's
a
that
ruler.
metal thing you
Yeah,
put your foot
it's
in.
not very complicated. It's not some special
It's
device.
not just a ruler. It's not a ruler. Feet aren't measured in inches.
I understand. Yeah, well, rulers don't always tell inches, but that you sound like an American right now. It's not always in inches. No, that's correct. Rulers can be whatever the measuring of device you use.
I'm just saying that the feet have its own measurement. I don't know what it is. That thing. I don't know what it goes by, but
If only they would measure feet and feet, wouldn't that make sense?
yeah, what? Then a 12 would be a foot long. I like these because they're chunky wide, Oh, these are nice. And look, they got the stretchy laces.
Oh, this way he doesn't have to tie him, guys. He's too lazy.
Or they just come undone or whatever. I'm going to, since I'm giving them a week or two to make sure that there are no issues, and then I'm going to see if I can find another
I'm
pair
gonna give him a week
online.
or two, and then I'm gonna return him and get a new pair and be like,
No.
oh, okay, yeah, I want my money
can't.
back.
They only had this one pair of this size. I'm going to go online and see if I can find another pair, so I have a backup.
Anyone around?
That's
Anyone?
That's what
We're
always,
down.
That's what always happens.
We're down to 14 spots, guys.
You get a nice pair of shoes, and then you can never find them again. So I want to buy a second pair. Joe got some.
This is what Matt does. He finds something he likes, and he wants, just like he does with socks, guys. He
I did
does
it with
socks.
slippers.
He does socks like twice a year.
You know, Flipper.
He just keeps throwing dirty
flippers?
socks into a pile.
You know flippers?
No.
Or slippers? Slippers.
Nope.
Yes, you do. You know what slippers are. So I bought, when I was out with my back surgery, I bought slippers. Had to find some that I liked, and finally found some. And I bought like 5-6 pairs of those type of slipper. That way, I think I have 1 or 2 left now. It's been like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Think of storing something like a pair of slippers you're not even using for 5 years. All
Actually,
because you're like,
left
oh,
them-
I'd probably use them eventually.
Left them at my parents' house, actually.
No
on the
surprise
porch.
there.
On the porch. My mom's like, when are you going to come get these slippers and this cat
See,
litter?
That tells me how dirty your parents are for how they're letting their house
No,
get
their
dirty.
house is spick and span.
You just
It's
said
on the
they-
porch.
Yeah.
It's on the porch in the corner.
Okay, but if my mom would never let me have a pair of slippers sit there for 5 years.
It didn't dirty her whole porch, trust me.
I
She
understand
wouldn't let
that.
me do that.
Except, oh,
And a box of cat litter, I think, is still there.
my mom would be like, okay, get this shit out of my house sometime this year.
It was out of the house on the porch. And then she'll say, you going to take that with you when you go? I ain't got room for that in the car, Ma.
No, I
got
just
lots
got a
of
whole
crap.
Jeep. I don't have room.
Sometimes I...
No, you always have room. I don't think the Jeep is literally stored to the top with scrap.
Well, it depends on what it is. If it's a big box or something,
okay,
I
that's
want
an
a room.
excuse of I just don't want to store it at my house.
Slippers I can fit in the car.
I don't want to
Can't
store it at
always-
my house, Mom and Dad.
Can't always fit everything.
That was the best part. Years ago, I remember going over to Matt's house, and in his back room, he has shelving units. And the guy had how many rolls of toilet paper? You must have had over
150.
100.
Oh, yeah.
He had over 100 rolls of toilet
Those
paper.
boxes hold 80.
Because he would find a good deal, and he's like, huh, one of the deals I remember, you're like, I bought the toilet paper, returned it, and then rebought it, then got my money back, and then you bought it again from them as the damaged toilet paper.
Oh, no. Okay. No, I bought it. They weren't going to have me return it because it's too big. It's too bulky. No, the box was all smashed
So you
up.
got toilet paper, the box
Yeah,
was all
80
smashed.
So they said, we'll send you another one for free. So I got 2 boxes. So I got 160 rolls for the price
Except
of
there was
80.
nothing wrong with the toilet paper inside.
Maybe a roll or 2.
Oh, so a roll or two. So
Kind of smushed, but I mean, hey, it's toilet paper. What's it matter? You're wiping your ass with it.
have you never seen a house so clean as Matt's parents' house? I've only been in his parents' basement.
Yeah,
I've
you have
never
never
walked
seen-
to the rest of his house.
Yeah, their part, it's very clean. As James knows, it's the basement where I hang out, where I have my shit. James, I still got
That basement is
still got
trash,
80
James.
I still got 80% of my stuff down there, and the problem is, James, my dad has a hard time getting around now. My mom does, as you know, my mom doesn't go to the basement. She's probably been down there twice since we lived there.
Before we
So-
started breaking cards, Matt was
And it's
possibly
mainly all my stuff that I've had to go through, that my dad started to go through, then ran out of steam, and
as we started cards, we were gonna have Matt move in, and I remember going to his parents' house, and I'm like, let's clean this place up, let's do it, we can get this, it won't take forever.
yeah, the whole deal was I was gonna, in return of me putting everything in my old bedroom stacked up. I was gonna be able to store more stuff there, but organize the whole basement, their stuff too.
Again,
they didn't have much stuff.
I remember years ago going over to his parents' house, going in the basement, and he starts finding his old shirts, and he's like, "Oh, I love these shirts," and I'm like, "You don't wear them anymore, though." Yeah, but the
I don't
memories.
know where those are. I brought a couple home.
The memories. It's like, yeah, but you don't wear them.
I got a lot of stuff in boxes.
We all do it. We all do it. I'll admit, I have old stuff that I'm like, "Oh, the memories," but then
I got a lot of stuff over there that James would remember. James, I got one of your old Bell helmets down there somewhere in my parents' basement.
He found some of his old wrestling toys. He found like an old wrestling.
Ring.
Yeah, ring. And
wrestling ring. You open it up and it's got wrestlers inside.
It's just like, but it's like you're not gonna use it, dude. Plus, none of that stuff is valuable.
That's when it was WWF, I think.
None of it's valuable. You only get value when it's in the box.
Well, the ones that are still valuable, even not in the box, that are somewhat valuable, are the He-Man. My brother's He-Man. All his old He-Men, because those are really popular right now again. Because they're from the early '80s. All the figurines, Skeletor, all these other figurines that go with it that I didn't know were from Masters of the Universe. I thought they were from other shows. Come to find out, they're all from. I went to a store with Joe in Massachusetts on the way back from getting those cards at the airport, and I'm like, "Oh, I have that furry thing. I didn't know he was from Masters of the Universe and all these other things." I'm like, "Oh, these all go together."
So James, you have one of those fire ovens, I forget what they're called, the company, but you have one of those ovens where you can bake a pizza, in a portable. I know it's not brick, but the metal oven. Do you still use that, and how do you like it? I know you've cooked steak in it. Do you still use that somewhat?
Me and Joe last Friday went to Margaritas. We walked down Main Street looking at all the old stuff. I think I sent you some of the videos.
I know.
And one of them was like old Western on the back. It's like from the 1800s. They never changed it. It's weird. But we saw where James's business is.
Now, what do you say? It's from the 1800s.
It's from the Well, most of the Main Street's from the 1800s, but they never upgraded it. I don't know if you saw that part of it. It's on the backside in the alleyway, and you look up. It used to be a hotel in the 1800s called the EP Hotel. I'll show you.
My dad was talking to a guy. The guy built a nice brick pizza oven, like a regular size pizza oven outside. And my dad was like, "Oh, I want to make one of those." And I said, "Don't." I told my dad not to waste his time, only because eventually my parents are going to sell their house, and I told him, like, "Dad, if you build one, let's build it on let's build it onto a trailer. Build one that can flex so it can go on a trailer, and that way when you move, you can move it.
Look at the siding.
That way
up there.
it's not stuck.
Look at the siding up there. It's old, like wooden clapboard siding. I wish I'd have walked over so you could see the whole thing, but it looked like one of those old saloons, like the old saloon type with the single pane glass, and it's all the paint's falling off.
But how do you know that's from the 1800s?
Because we know. You had to be there. You had to be there. Because that's what it looked like when it was a hotel.
No. Did something say this is from the 1800s?
No, Brett.
Okay, so
no, it was from 10 years ago.
I'm not saying it was.
It's a brick building with... Look. Oh, now you can see it better. Look.
Matt, do you think that building was there in the 1800s?
Yes.
I don't know if it was.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
Yeah. It says on the front, it was built in 1860-something. A lot of these Main Street buildings are that old. But look at there was another guy there, and he goes, yeah, and if a lot of it was coming apart, he's like, yeah, and if they don't fix the bottom, the building's going to fall down. Look, these were all doors and windows.
That was a door? And
that was a window. And that was a door.
You don't say.
Yeah, that was a window, too.
No, that's just different colored bricks.
And then, look at that. That's cool, huh? The side of CVS is wood blocks. Wood blocks in the alleyway. It's made out of wood blocks. I never noticed that. Me and James drove our bikes in that alleyway all the time as kids. I even got hit in it by a taxi coming out of the alleyway.
So, guys, 14 spots left. All the car talk you can think about.
Have you seen that?
I probably have.
That's cool. I like that. Glad that they didn't take it down. Oh, yeah. We walked all around for like... Oh, yeah. Here's the front of it. EP Hotel. You never look at the tops, you know?
Oh, the EMP Hotel?
Yeah.
Not the EP Hotel?
Yeah, EMP Hotel.
The EP Hotel is very EP. EMP Hotel.
So that's James's on the top floor, I guess. I think he said that's his
Do you,
that's his card thing.
do you
That's his
also
place.
do you also pronounce M&Ms? M&Ms? M&Ms?
So-
Can I get some more M&Ms?
So you go in this door, you walk in about 4 feet. All that's there is an elevator.
I know. I've seen the building.
That was Merrill Lynch.
I think we've been in that building.
For what?
I think we had a job in that building.
Merrill Lynch? You know what? I think you're right. Didn't we do it?
I just made that up.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Merrill Lynch. I went to Merrill Lynch before because
Oh,
we went to
all of a
no.
sudden.
Wait, tell me if you remember this because I don't know if it was you. We went to the basement and they had all the old signs,
I don't remember that.
and I was like, I can't believe they kept these. I was telling Joe all about it, but I didn't know who I did it with. I wonder if it
All of
was
a
Merrill
sudden.
Lynch.
Well, I've been in a couple of those buildings for jobs and other things.
Anyway, so I thought this right here, I'm like, what is that? It's just random. There must have been something on this at one time. It's just a granite thing with nothing on it. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, what's up with that, James? What's up with the...
Well, he hasn't responded. I don't think he's
What's
watching
up with
right
this
now.
and nothing up here? Yeah, no, right.
So he got a lot of his stuff in, you said?
Yeah. Send me a video.
Has he given anyone cards yet?
He sent me a video. I don't think he's... I don't know. I don't know if his website's up or not. It wasn't up last I checked, but that was like a couple weeks ago. Taylor went and was like, it's not open. No, he sent me this video of the machine or whatever. I'll show you. Is it like... Oh. It's cutting those nameplates, I guess. And then he has another one here.
They got straight, that's for sure.
It's not James. It must be his business partner. That's not it. It's not James's voice.
14 left, guys. We haven't made any progress. I mean, Sean bought one, but
Well, no one's been in here.
we know
though.
there's not a lot of people around this time of day, but got to start moving or...
Let's see what Lance said about basketball. Okay, it looks like mid-August now. Hopefully that won't change. No checklist for baseball yet either, just a teaser. Or basketball yet, my friend. So no checklist for basketball, and it's coming out in a month. That's kind of weird.
What do you say, no checklist for basketball?
It looks like mid-August. No checklist for baseball or basketball yet, my friend.
Or sell sheet, just a teaser or basketball. Well,
Yeah, lots of
that
stuff
doesn't
coming out
sound
now.
very promising.
Well, no, because it's probably hard. They're putting WNBA players in there too. Women. Some of the big ones. There's some popular women out there.
Yeah, but I don't see a bunch of these guys wanting NBA cards.
They will. Just the big ones. They're not going to put a whole bunch. Did you hear about the girl from the big track star, the black one, that was going to be in the Olympics? Oh man, she's like a really good. And of course, what did she do? She smoked weed before the friggin' drug test and all that, and she's out of the friggin' thing. Something about she's so many days she's suspended. She gets to do like the relay or something at the end, but she can't be in her individual.
Okay.
And I'm like, she's like, I wasn't thinking. I just was so excited. Oh no, her mom died or something, and she needed to clear her head, so she smoked weed. And I'm like, oh, that looks great to all the women all the little girls looking up to you, and you just totally just ruined your whole Olympic thing
but
after all this training for how many years?
Okay, that's for her though. It doesn't affect anyone else.
Well, yeah, because she has a lot of people looking up to her, probably.
Okay, and if anyone
She has Nike as a sponsor.
anyone with common sense knows that, hey, guess what? Weed's not a big deal. 70% of
Well,
them.
then why'd they block her? Then why did they ban her then?
Because there's a lot of places that still have a stigma
Yeah,
against weed.
Olympics. Because they don't want people to going around doing all these.
If you haven't
different drugs.
noticed, they've done polls. 70% of America's decriminalized it already.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with having something in your system while you're doing sports.
I understand that.
So they don't want to give anybody an edge.
Yeah, but except we all know weed does not give you an edge.
Why not?
It's weed, Matt. There's nothing that
It helps with
boosts.
pain. What if she has pain in her knee and she can run faster because she can't feel it?
It doesn't work that way,
Maybe it does.
Matt. It's weed. We all again.
Yeah, but people take it for pain. They don't take it just to
People
take
do take it for pain, but that's not the point.
Or energy.
You can take Advil for pain.
Yeah. But that's
And it
legal.
will probably do a much better job.
But that's... I don't think it would.
Well, yeah, it's actually specifically meant for. I mean, it's
Well, then why don't
chemically
people
made.
just do that then?
Well, that's the whole point. You
It's
can
just not fun.
I'm sure they're allowed to
'Cause
use
you can't-
Advil, Matt.
They'd rather inhale smoke in their lungs than
Again,
just eat
it's
Advil.
because there's still a stigma around it. I mean, Jesus Christ, they made alcohol illegal back in the U.S. at some point. Would you sit there being going, yeah, fuck alcohol?
No, they had an amendment. They had an amendment.
Yeah, but
I know, they had an amendment. They had to repeal it.
Yeah, because they realized this is really stupid. Just like
Well, it cost the government millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to try to enforce something that they couldn't enforce.
yeah, why? But why? What was the problem? Why didn't
And
people listen?
at one time, you'd go to jail and you think, oh, you're gonna go to jail for 5 years, whatever. The judges will go, pay $1 fine, thank you. Pay $1 fine, thank you. Pay
But why?
$1 fine.
It's a horrible, degenerate thing. Oh, because we realized it was stupid. They should decriminalize all
I
drugs.
don't know if it really was stupid though. I think alcohol probably should have still been what do you call like a limit. I think some places there's
What
a
do you
limit
mean
on
a
how much you
limit?
can buy.
It doesn't matter because you go to the next store and buy more, and then there's no way to.
I guess it wasn't. I'm just saying you can do a lot more harm. It seems like with alcohol than a lot of other things.
Well, last time I checked,
it's
you don't hear
legal.
about people overdosing on beer.
Yeah, you do. They get alcohol poisoning and die, and they black out.
Yeah, because they drink too much, not
Yeah, I
because they
know.
get a spiked beer that has a
I know.
drug in it that someone doesn't
yeah.
know.
Some Quaaludes.
Okay, Bill.
BC freed all day like OJ.
Yeah, nothing to brag about.
Did you watch the thing with Judge Joe Brown?
No.
And he said he wasn't they were like he never admitted to anything.
That's great.
They were like he never admitted to anything. So since they never found him guilty, because he never actually admitted to anything, they said innocent until proven guilty. So basically, Judge Joe Brown said that he didn't do anything in the eyes of the law. Obviously in the eyes of
we all know.
Yeah, no shit.
There's no even
But you
doubt.
got to prove. See, it's not what you know; it's what you prove.
Okay, this isn't training day.
I'm just saying. That's why he got out, is what I'm saying. Because he made the deal with the prosecutor.
No.
That said that he would not be prosecuted for crimes, and then they never.
That's why he got
Then the
out.
new prosecutor didn't do that. A different one took over, and yeah, obviously it was.
He signed a deal.
It was a stupid
He signed
deal,
a deal with
but
the thing that they said he couldn't be prosecuted for any of the.
yeah,
any of it.
well, all I have to say about it is
What?
Jello pudding.
I mean, we all know the guy was guilty as hell.
Judge Joe Brown said, "Hey, you know,
Innocent,
they didn't have to drink it.
innocent,
They didn't have to drink it."
innocent people don't get accused of things like this.
He kept going like this, Judge Joe Brown. He kept going. He goes, "Haven't you ever heard of a thing called sex, drugs, rock and roll? Sex, drugs, rock." He kept repeating it. He said, "A lot of these girls were groupies. You know, this is what they did." He's like, go in the closet, get some head, lay on a bed, go to get your coat. They're doing it on top of the clothes, and
And
just watching it was funny. Because
there's
he's obviously friends with he's friends or something with them. I don't know, but I will say I don't agree with the other thing. They said that
go, Michael Duffy.
thanks,
And he
dude.
got the Red Sox. Thank you,
The Red
Michael.
Sox. They said that Felicia Rashad, who was his wife on the show, you know, was happy that he got out, and she said something, and she had just been hired by Howard University for something.
Did they fire her?
No, they didn't fire her, but they said people were like saying that like she just got hired that Friday or something, and they were saying they were going to try to fire her, like students and all. People were talking, and I guess some people were like standing up for her too. But like even somebody else said like, okay, well Bill donated like a whole bunch of millions of dollars, so Bill said something about like because it's a black college, and he was like, you should be ashamed of yourselves, basically, Judge Joe Brown was saying. And he's like, my father went there, and for you guys to do that to her, she can have her own opinion on things. She can say what she wants. And he said basically that, or Bill Cosby said, well, if you wanna fire her, then you can give me the millions of dollars I gave you back then. If I'm not good enough, you know, so you can give me all the money I gave to your college back. So guys, what's it gonna be? If this doesn't go today, it won't go
we're
till
gonna
next
give it
Wednesday.
we'll give it till 6:20. That's 15 more minutes. That's about 16 minutes. We've been on for about 45 minutes.
We got
to an
another
hour.
one.
Who?
Looks like we got another one. I don't know
Hello?
who. Didn't pop up yet. Aaron Youngberg.
Thank you, Aaron. Oakland. There we go. So now what are we down to?
I don't know, 13, I think.
12.
12. What was the other one?
Oh, I know one of them was Sean's.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I didn't count Sean's, I forgot.
So we'll give it to the 30 mark. We'll give it a little longer then. We'll give it to the 30 mark as long as we have a good
as long as it
enough
keeps
10,
moving.
then we'll give it even
If it's
longer.
still at if it's still at 12 at 6:20, then we won't give it till 6:30. And if it's still moving,
We gotta get it. But thank you guys. We do appreciate it. And that's why we're doing these breaks a little cheaper, guys, for now, just to kind of get these things sold. We don't want them to sit for forever. Luckily, though, we've been doing good. They haven't.
I mainly want to just do it cheaper because I want to break the damn card still. I like breaking cards. It's fun. It's fun to break cards. It's addicting. It really is. It sucks when you don't, like when we have a weekend off, it's nice. But if it's like a longer time till we break, it sucks because you want to break something. Especially when like you don't have a particular product if you can't get it this year, like certain ones like museum and triple threads, it kind of sucks not being able to.
Do they do
cards.
do they do triple threads or museum club?
You may be able to get it from GTS.
Museum collection blaster boxes.
Oh.
Imagine if they did blasters of that.
No, they don't. They kind of keep some of their high-end stuff high-end. Maybe National Treasures too. And Transcendent.
Except they're not really high-end when you think about it. Like, let's be honest.
They're junk.
Triple threads, it's good, don't get me wrong, but they're still putting in, like, I mean, I know they can't have them all be the best hits in the world, but there were cards that we got, like,
They have base cards.
Matt and I bought, what was the one that was Luminaries? That really high-end break we did that was almost like the really, really big top.
That would have been $5,000 if we did it now.
The tops break, we did the really, really big one, and we had one box was like $300, and the other was
it was like $2,000
like a $600 box.
It was like a $2,000 break. Yeah, one of the boxes, but now would be over $1,000.
And then I opened it, and it was like, really, that's the card we get?
Yeah,
it was like
they can't all be the best cards.
Yeah, but even
for
then,
that price,
even then, you even were like, really, come on.
I know.
Well, they can be. You just print less of the boxes, make less cards for it. That's all.
That much more expensive though.
They don't have to be. You still only do a run. You can make your price anything you want. It's only if you want to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna make less and charge more. Yeah. That's on you. I mean, these places make plenty of money as is. We all know they do.
Nice cheap prices, guys. Nice.
I mean,
cheap
it's
prices.
why you see I'll
put out another tweet, guys.
It's like when you see Topps Black, Chrome or whatever it was called, or and you're looking at some of these slab cards. Some of them, not all of them, but you're like, really, this is what you're giving us for slabs? What was that good one we did with like all pure autos? It
was some weird thing.
Are they doing that again this year?
I don't know. It was some oddball thing.
That was cool.
I don't even know who made it. It was an oddball product.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, it was like 50 autos or something.
It was 50 autos in a box.
Yep. It was pretty sweet. It was not expensive either.
No, we should do that again.
We did it for like a couple bucks a spot, and it sold out in like fucking 10 minutes. Remember that?
Yeah. You guys.
That was our fastest like sellout break ever. It was like ping, 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 ping.
And yeah, it wasn't the best.
Yeah, some of them are crap autos. It's 50 autos. We've got it for a few $100. But it was like...
It was worth it.
Yeah, because we got a couple really good ones. One of them was like a Yankee, I think. And then the other one was one of the guys... The other one was, I think, Frank Robinson. We got a Frank Robinson auto out of it. So it was pretty damn sweet.
Excuse me, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Da, 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 da. I want to see what that product was.
Bill Cosby keeps coming up on the top of our Twitter, dude. I don't know why. Must have been because I went and looked at his Twitter or something.
It's scary to see how cheap product was back then. It's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Well, it is. You know, it's.
I got a better word.
The price of everything.
Just asinine, Brett.
The price.
Asinine.
Clearly authentic. The price of the product. What?
Hello.
Sorry, give us a minute, guys.
Hello.
Optic. Look, oh my God. Look what we paid for Optic last year. Wow.
Something about Cash App. I don't even use it. Huh?
Look at what Optic cost last year.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's like doubled in price this year.
It'll all go back down.
And you just know.
It was just this year. At first, it doubled from the original price. Because you know what I paid for? Okay, you want to know something else, Brett? You know how much I paid for Optic the year before?
Even cheaper?
$6.99 a case.
Jesus. When did you buy that?
Well, I didn't buy it.
Oh, we did buy one Gypsy from 2019.
We didn't buy it. Lunch bought it, but we were talking about going ins on it when I started doing the Maddie's Corner Breaks, and he bought it. I was gonna buy a case and have him rip it, but we just didn't.
You just know that they're upping the prices to make money. It's not because they had to get the, you know what I mean.
Oh, they're just trying to jump in the market, and
well, that's just criminal. It's almost criminal.
Yeah, they don't. It's like since it's not a life-saving device like an N95, it's alright if they rape everyone, you know. Government isn't gonna step in if they raise the price on cards.
Well, no, they can do whatever they want. It's just wrong.
It's heresy, Brett. Brett, see if you can name this movie. Fallacy, 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 fallacy. You don't remember?
Huh.
You don't remember?
Nope.
Oh wait, you didn't watch Breaking Bad, did you?
No.
I was thinking Sopranos. I was thinking you watched that. Never mind.
Yep. It's not far off, Sean. It could definitely be done. Again, hey, I'm all for the government kind of staying out of business as long as businesses don't get crooked. It's just the problem is that there's a point where
when
businesses,
they're crooked as a broke dick dog, then they gotta someone.
When businesses, did you just see this new phone that this guy came out with? He's like, I'm the youngest millionaire from Bitcoin, and he made his own phone, and he's like, we will not track your info at all. It's all about, like, the government won't track your info and stuff. And our app store, none of the apps are allowed to track your info. And we're talking about it. Some friends and I were like, he doesn't realize this is not going to work. Hey, buddy. They're like, in our app store, we don't allow apps that track things. Well, here's the issue. All those apps want to track things, so they just won't go in your app store. They'll be like, we don't want to put our app in your store because we can't track customers' info.
Yeah. Maybe there's people that don't want to track apps, and those are the apps they'll have.
Except that's nothing.
He'll make his own apps.
All the main apps everyone uses does.
Oh, he'll make his own. They do the same thing.
The whole point, he's trying to be like the government. It had to do with the government tracking your info and keeping you. It was all about freedom of speech. That you can't have your speech banned. You don't want to do that last car, Sean? Get through it, bro. You can do it.
Oh, I thought we were following Bill Cosby. We had a check mark, but we're not. I'm like, why is there?
I hope not.
No, we're not. I just didn't know why it would kept.
Throw Michael Jackson on there too, and
it keeps popping up at the top.
Why don't you add Roman Polanski while we're at it?
It keeps popping up at the top. My first
We'll get everyone who has boundary issues on there.
I heard that he's gonna be doing a new comedy tour now.
The guy's almost on deathbed anyways. Like,
no, he's not that bad. He's like 83 or something.
Yeah, that's kind of.
He's been sitting in a friggin' cell. You know,
he was like that before the cell.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they put him in a cell where he couldn't move.
No, but he can't go anywhere and exercise.
Put him in the chokey.
He can't exercise.
He's 83. He's old.
That's plenty of people 83 that can bounce around, friggin' jog and climb mountains and shit. Just because your grandpa didn't do it, I mean, no one's did. Some people do.
I understand that. Not the majority.
Sometimes they don't, like Carl's mom.
There's a reason you don't see There's a reason you don't see treadmills in the old folks' home because most of them aren't running.
Your dad said something about Sandra. Chuck was supposed to come pick that up like this weekend at some point. No, well, he's like something, and I said, "Oh, Brett didn't bring it up." I told Brett it was for Sandra. He didn't bring it up. He goes, Oh, I told Truck if he wants it, he can bring it out through the
Well,
bulkhead.
my dad mentioned to me at one point about it, and I said real quick, "That's for me." He's like, "Well, you want it?" I'm like, "No." I read reviews
He's
about
probably
it.
like, oh, take
First,
it
there
then.
was the weight limit, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll get down eventually."
Yeah, but it's not a high-end one, is
oh,
it?
I already looked at it. But a lot of people said, the thing fucking has a computer chip that burnt down on me. The thing only costs like $500. It's a cheap treadmill.
Yeah. See, Fernando's was a Nordic track. It was a nice one. Nordic tracks are pretty nice.
If you get a
Proform, I
to
think
get a
that's
good
one.
treadmill, you're going to spend over $1,000 easily. But of course, they can take. Well, the best treadmills don't fold either. If your treadmill folds, you already have a crappier treadmill. Good treadmills do not fold.
Well, this has a piston that goes out, the one that I had, but
I know, but that's still they're crappier treadmills when they're like that. Because the real, I mean, I'm not saying they don't make high ends like that, but you go to a gym, none of them fold for a reason. They're built sturdier
they're not
that
made
way.
to move around, yeah.
Well, they can take a bigger weight limit, is my point, and you don't have to worry. You can jump on them. You're not going to break them.
Cinch Sack brand.
You're not going to break them, is the thing. They're commercial.
UPS scheduled delivery for tomorrow. Dave and Adam's Card World.
Tomorrow.
That's what it says.
Okay, what's the problem?
Do I have to sign for it? Oh, it says I do. Well, it says you must be at least 21 years old to sign for this package. Oh, sign now, it says.
That way, then, when someone steals it, we're not... I would agree with you. Thank you. I think Aaron again, I would assume. You, Aaron. Aaron Youngberg. But 2 more. Indians and Marlins. Thank you, Aaron.
Shit. Thank you very much. I don't know what...
1,000 for a treadmill or a free run outside. But that all depends. You cannot run in the winter. Well, I mean, you literally can, but let's be honest. That's why a good treadmill would be nice in the winter. Who wants to run outside? And, in the Marlins, thank you, Aaron. I would say that, like, I don't like running at all. I know a lot of people, and there's a lot of fitness people that don't like running. They don't mind working out. They just can't stand running. And, excuse me. And so there's a lot of people that I don't like running at all. I'm just not I'm not a runner. I'm never going to be a runner. So I wouldn't mind a good treadmill indoors. I mean, the nicest treadmills, they have like treadmills for $3,000 or $4,000, and they actually have no power. It's kind of like an old-fashioned idea of when you run on it, you actually pull the track and it starts moving because of your inertia from moving on it. It's kind of crazy, and it's a more natural running thing, they say.
I don't know what the user ID
Run
is.
around your house in winter. Yeah, good luck with my house.
Brett's house is too small.
Aaron Youngberg killing it with the spots here. Hope you get some hits, Aaron. You deserve it. You've been very awesome to us. You've always been good about buying spots. We really do appreciate it, Aaron. And again, guys, we'll have game week next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up, but the week after. We will have games. I will do a game day. So we'll do another game day then. Excuse me. And have some fun. And we'll include the breaks from this week and next week of people who can get in. Running is more endurance for a workout to bring. It's all about your heart rate, though. That you don't need to move your body technically. Your heart rate is what controls how many calories you burn. So the higher your heart rate, the better you burn calories. And excuse me.
All right, I should be able to log in now.
So that's what it's all about. Yeah, your heart rate. Yeah, it's no problem. You know, again, Sean, I do appreciate when people can spend, I appreciate Colt a ton. But it's not just because he buys a bunch of spots when he buys. And I appreciate him for that, but I also appreciate him just coming by, being in these breaks, participating. And I appreciate the fact that...
oh, marvelous. Online shipment release authorization is not available for this package because the signature is required by the shipper.
I just appreciate him in general. He's been great to us. He's been a friend. And, but I appreciate everyone. I understand. Not everyone can afford to buy like Colt or something like that, Not every guy can afford to buy like everyone else can. Some people can afford to spend more money. Even if you have money, you may have different priorities in your life, and that's understandable. I appreciate anyone just showing us support, no matter how it is, whether you're buying spots, spreading the word about us. That I care about. It all matters to me. You know, the guy who can only afford one spot is just as important as the guy who can buy 10 spots. Because you're doing the best you can, and we care about that.
They don't let you change. This is the people that don't let you change anything, I think. Remember we had to do this before, and we couldn't. Even if I wanted to have it leave it at USPS and I go pick it up there, UPS. It's the friggin' Gypsy Queen, guys. They're friggin' saying I got to sign for it. And I'm at work all day tomorrow.
Well, can a neighbor do it? We're down to 10 spots, guys. If we can get a couple more spots, we'll keep going.
Can the neighbor do it? Yeah, but the neighbor's not going to be at my house to hear the doorbell.
You should get a Ring doorbell.
Why? What's that do?
The Ring, when you can talk to people and stuff.
Yeah, but still they'd be talking in my apartment, not theirs.
It goes to your phone.
Oh.
It's a doorbell that goes to your phone, Ring. So then when someone, if only you were allowed to put one on the outside of that place. I know you wouldn't be allowed, but
I don't know. Why not?
And then it could just say, Matt,
if you just glue it.
Apartment so-and-so.
If it just sticks, I could put it. Why not?
Yeah, that's my point. It would say apartment this, push this, and they could talk to you. And you could be like, okay, and you could call your neighbor real quick, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's too late now. You're not going to go buy one tonight.
No, but I'm just wondering if I can ask her to keep an eye out for them, but I don't know. It says between 10:45 and 12:45. I bet that's not a guarantee, even though it says it
Could
is.
be any time. You know it could.
I may have to tell Fernando I have to go home. Probably won't be happy, but I'm not going to tell him it's work-related. It's card-related.
Hey, I got to wait for my cards, Fernando, so I can't
No, I'll
wear.
just tell him I have to bring my gram to a doctor's appointment last minute or something.
They don't believe that anything
don't
about your
care.
gram. My dad knows it's a
It
fake
doesn't
thing.
matter. If I say cards, then it's obvious.
Just make something else up, though. Don't involve your gram. It sounds so fake.
Well, what's
they
it gonna
know
be?
it's fake with your gram. Like, oh yeah, we really believe your gram. Oh, my gram actually, just for when I need, just.
Yeah, but why not? People do. Well, then what
Matt,
do I
they
say?
don't believe you about that. My dad knew that was all crap.
Last time I had to leave early, I think I just said I had a dentist appointment.
Matt had this excuse because he wanted to do early mornings or something.
No, I did do early mornings for the longest time, and they wanted to change my hours just because they wanted to, not because it was needed.
Well, because it's not normal to come at 3 in the morning.
Yes, but there was no need for me to change my hours. They just wanted to in case I had to go do an errand during the day.
So long story short,
I said I had to watch my grandmother.
Long story short, Matt weaseled his way at work to get them so he could come at like 3 in the morning.
No, I already was.
No, before that though, that wasn't always
That was
forever.
because I came back from my back surgery.
So Matt came back there and he wanted to do these hours where it was like 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And the main reason he wanted that was because he doesn't like to be around other people.
Right.
He just wants to do his job where no one bothers him. Like he works in a big empty warehouse. He gets paid to do that and just fiddle around with the things he's doing. You're doing work, I know you are, but he wants to blast his music, blah blah blah. Yeah. Long story short, eventually work was like, okay, enough of this. We need you to be here during normal hours so we can use you for different things. You know, nothing necessarily...
Which is very rare that they use me for anything. Yeah.
You know, if we need you to bring something to a job, equipment, you're here to do that. Well, eventually I think he was doing that for a while, and then he wanted to get back to the old hours, so he
So
lied.
I think it was like 1 or 2 days a week.
He lies to work, and he tells him, "Oh, my gram is sick or something.
She broke her hip.
She broke her hip, so 2 days of the week I need to be able to do the 3 o'clock in the morning thing again." And they don't believe. I mean, they may have believed it at first, but my dad knew. He told me because he's like, "Oh, bullshit," and we knew he was freaking lying. Oh yeah, your grandmother.
It went on for like 4 months, probably 5 months. I don't know.
And then now he wants to try to use the same excuse about his grandma. Oh, she had something happen.
No. I would have just said I just got to run her to the doctor's. I would have gone back in 2 hours. I'm just saying go home to get the damn cards.
Yeah, but how do you know what time they're going to show up? You could go home.
How do you know how long she's going to be at the doctor? Maybe I
all,
won't go
all
back.
of a sudden, Matt doesn't
Maybe I
come
won't
back.
go home.
Yeah, they basically said she's going to die.
Well, that's
so
why I have to
couldn't-
make sure that car's done in the morning from Grapponi. Fernando didn't look at it. It has to be done. I asked him twice today, the rat car.
I'll give you a hint. Get on a Serpro.
All right, guys. 8 minutes.
Yeah, we'll give it a little longer. I mean, you guys made a little progress, but we need more than that.
Well, I mean, the later it sells,
gonna be
later
at least
it's going to be to rip. So.
Well, it's going to take an hour to rip roughly, and then I'll sort and finish it all up. So,
Yeah, I know.
Again, guys, Saturday, Gypsy Queen, as long as the cards are here.
Well, they should be. I'm going to have to go home, I guess. The Steel City one, other package that we're getting says...
You have no clue. They could not even show up during that period, for all you know.
The Steel City one's going to your house. No, the other package. The other cards. There's plenty of cards. We order plenty
James
of stuff.
quit and... Just quit and go home, lol. You should quit.
I know. I told Sean about the other day when he was freaking out at me, swearing at me, Fernando. Telling me to effing do this, effing do that. You're effing stupid, blah, 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 blah.
And typical you, that's how...
Even Carl said he would have walked out.
Yeah, and so why didn't you?
Carl's like, Fernando.
But that's...
He doesn't mean it. You just got to walk out.
That
He'll
shows,
apologize the next day.
That shows how much you have an issue with work, Matt. You won't even leave.
I told my mom, it's like battered wife syndrome.
I was just about to say...
I said it's like... If anybody else saw it, they'd be like, "Fuck this shit." But since I'm used to it, I'm like, I'm like, this is nutty. But I'm like used to it enough where I don't leave.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's because you're afraid to leave. You are afraid of having to go to somewhere new because you don't know how it's going to be. They're not going to cater to you like they are now with the hours you want, whenever. You can't get away with the shit you get away with now. I'm not saying you get away with anything too crazy, but and that scares you. But you will be ultimately happier somewhere else. I mean, my boss just told me I should buy the company.
Huh?
He told me I should buy the
What
campground.
company? You have to have credit.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know the issues I have, but even
not even the issues you have at your age. What does he think? You have all this money or all this like extended
he's
line
asking
of
right
credit?
now. He's asking for $3.2 million.
How would he think you would get that?
That's what I'd like to know. Where am I? Know what he would do though? He would probably be like,
I'll give you the loan.
No, he probably would help me out get a loan through the guy they already have. His buddy gives him the loan technically. They have,
and then you would use this as collateral, and you would pay your bills with this.
use
place.
what?
This place, the money you get, just like he does. How do you think he pays for his loan? Well, it's probably paid off. But
What do you mean? How does it? What do you mean?
I'm saying, how do you think he pays his bills with the money he gets from the campground? That's what you'd have to do.
Yeah. Well, I could. Of course, I would. But he was. I'm like, I don't
Went
want
from
the
card live stream to therapeutic stream.
Pretty much. I wouldn't want to own the campground. It's not bad. It's making good money. We're making over 50 to 60,000 just this month.
I don't know if it's doing better this year because of COVID. Now it's gone. Everyone wants to go out.
No.
I know a few years ago when we had that Christmas party you guys had, and I came and he invited me.
Wasn't
You
that
made
nice?
really good that year. He said.
Oh, when I first got here, we were making. No, we were. Well, we're not I mean, when I say we're making, it's like when I
Although
first.
last year you got screwed with all that, having to rent that water tank and all that right before COVID started.
They hit us big.
Or while that was with COVID. That was during COVID, I think.
I mean, we're gonna make 60,000 this year. That's not pure
This
profit.
month, you mean?
This month, but that's not pure profit. That's just 60,000 coming in, and then you got to pay for all the electric here is like 5,000 to 7,000 a month. Sometimes up to
Yeah,
more.
but I think maybe it's possible that he may probably do maybe he'll do a Christmas party this year.
Yeah,
Everything's
maybe.
opened up again now.
I won't be here.
You might be.
What do you mean, Matt? I told you I'm moving.
Well,
My goal is to get away from here.
You gotta stay for Christmas party. At
Oh,
least.
just there for the Christmas?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out.
Rack a
away.
lamb.
I don't hate it, but I don't want to. I want to. I'd rather have a job.
That's the other
somewhere
one.
else.
That's what it says anyway.
No, we'll find out. I'm not too worried.
Just two. Just two coming here. Woo! But you need them. They're new two that we need.
I know this would happen sometimes, Sean. It stinks.
It's called a rabbit hole. There's 10 left, guys.
Well, you guys get to know about us when you think about it. You get to know more about us. All the big breakers, you don't know shit about them.
Everyone's got a life.
You get to know who we are as
That's
people.
right. So you want to come back because they were friends.
Don't you want to come back now after buying in and not breaking and want to come in and get more?
Let's see. Let's try
I know. Even Lunch had trouble today. I know he went on and.
Let me see.
I know he was having trouble. So everyone's having trouble. All the smaller guys, we're all having trouble selling things out. More trouble, I can tell. You know, even Lunch usually doesn't have trouble.
We just need to get 1 or 2% of those people that buy into the big schmucks, and
oh, of course you could,
we're
but
good to go.
You know, everyone is struggling more. I can tell for the smaller guys. We're all having that bit of struggle. I hope OMG he bought in yesterday. I hope he's doing okay. I want to get.
I was thinking the same thing. He didn't come into the break,
I hope
but he said he was doing better.
I hope he's doing okay.
He said that a few more months and hopefully he'll be good to go to break again. So I think maybe just right now was not the best time to.
I know. I think about Gary sometimes, and it scares you. It truly scares. You don't think about it. You know, Matt, I'm 30. I'm 30. Turning 31 or 31, 30, 30, turning 31. Matt's probably, what, 37, 38?
No.
You know, realistically, once you get into your 30s, that's when you start hearing about someone having a random heart attack. I mean, seriously, that's what you, I mean.
Is this 2021, right?
Yeah. You don't even know how old you are.
86. So what is that? 35 this year? 35.
I mean, again, Matt's hit the age where you hear about someone randomly. I remember being a kid in Boy Scouts, and I remember some one of the other Boy Scouts. He was a really nice kid, older than me, and his father had a heart attack and died when we were in Boy Scouts, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I wasn't used to hearing about a friend's father dying. Grandparents, yeah, but parents, I couldn't believe it.
Even grandparents.
But this guy was an awesome, nice guy. I mean, he was a great father.
Even my grandparents.
But he was like wicked overweight too. He was probably, I'm guessing, 400 something pounds. And he would always come. A really nice guy. I bonded with him. He was a good parent volunteer. And yeah, just I'm guessing being overweight got to him, and he was a really good guy. I was thinking about Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and I remember that, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, the one kid who was mentally handicapped, you could tell a little, and I feel so bad, I felt so bad for the kid thinking about it, his mom would give him he was the kid, his mom would give him 3 12-packs of soda to bring to a camping trip. The kid brings
I know, when I used to stay at my friend's camp, my mom used to send up 3 or 4 12-packs of sodas and stuff.
I remember as a kid.
Well, to help out with
I know, but I think
soda.
about that now, and I think about when I was a kid. Yeah, we'd go camping and there was always soda. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, our parents should have been drink some water. You don't need this much soda. The amount I know part of my weight issues was all the sodas I would drink as a kid. I mean, holy moly.
I went a couple years without drinking soda, and then I started drinking it again.
I mean, geez, soda
at home. For the longest time, I never bought soda at home. But now I do, and since Joe's moved in, I've started buying orange soda, but not a lot.
Look at how all these European countries,
mainly iced tea.
Look at all these other countries. Their McDonald's, their sodas, are small as they're large in other countries when it comes to sodas. It's crazy. That 7-Eleven, that double big gulp that people get, you're like, oh my god.
I know, I get the large, just the regular large one there. I don't get the big one.
I don't go to 7-Eleven at all.
99 cents, and then usually I have enough points so it's free.
Ugh.
Like today it was free. I didn't have to pay for it.
And I notice when I drink soda, I feel like crap.
Anyone here? I'm trying to sell it out, guys.
I'm having good therapy. It's pop, not soda. Oh, let me guess. It's also a grinder, not a sub. Oh, it's probably a hoagie. Is it one of those hoagies?
I don't say that. Grinder.
I know, I just said grinder, hoagies. No, it's a sub.
Hero.
It's
foot long,
pop, not soda.
Foot long.
Hey, would you like a pop, kid?
Foot long.
No one says that though.
A foot long?
Hey, would you like a foot long?
Why not? They say it at Subway.
Yeah, but that's their thing. $5 foot long. But no one goes to a.
They don't have a $5 foot long. That was 10 years ago.
No one goes to a sandwich shop and goes, "Could I get a foot long?" Sir, of what?
It's pop, not soda. There is only Pepsi. Shut up, big gulp. Or deep throat, I said yesterday.
I remember when I was a kid, it was another Boy Scout memory when I first heard about...
And he drank his pee.
When I first heard about Moxie, and they were all, kids were saying, "Oh my god, it tastes like if you drank shit." And I
drank it. When I first started at Surf Pro, I used to drink it.
I was so scared to try it, but then I tried it and I said, "This tastes normal to me."
It's licoricey or something.
It's a New England.
I like it.
Is it licorice?
It's made. It's kind of, yeah. It's made in It's made in New Hampshire. I think it's made in New Hampshire. Yeah. Yep. Used to be a medicine back in the day.
So did cocaine.
Yeah, but this used to be a medicine. I don't think it had drugs in it. I'm just saying I think it was a medicine. They may have put something else in it then, but
Well, Coke used to have Coke in it, and Pepsi used to have pep in it.
yeah, funny. Little pep in your
I
step.
gotta say, Coke versus Pepsi. Pepsi I like with
I like I like both, but
I like Pepsi with like pizza. Like Pepsi and pizza go really well together. But if I have popcorn, I want Coke. Pepsi is good for like eating
What if you're
pizza.
snorting lines?
Crystal meth.
Pepsi. Pepsi with your Coke. I'll tell you, growing up, that's all that was in James Nyland's house. Sprite and Coke. His mom
like
drank
Sprite.
His dad drank Sprite and his mom
His
drank,
mom was his dad, and his dad was his
and his
mom.
and he drank Coke. James would have 10 empty glasses on the headboard of his room.
Glasses?
Coke, 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 Coke.
Oh
yeah.
That makes me think of.
It was like turned into corn syrup by the time he got
I
in the damn
remember. I
kitchen.
remember going to my.
His mom would come in and he'd be hiding cups behind his bed with Coke.
I remember Serpro. My dad used to have in the office, and they had a break room with like shelving, and they had old Coke bottles.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is this?"
Mhm.
And they were empty, and you're like, "Oh, they were. Some of them were full."
Yep.
And you're like, "What's the point of having these, though?"
I remember that. He had race ones. The Fernando, you still have some
Pepsi
of his-
is goated, but a Coke in a glass is god tier. I've never had. I mean, now you always see like, oh,
Fernando-
Mexico Coke.
Fernando still had some at the old building. Before we moved, he got rid of them
Threw
all,
it out.
threw them all away. But before we moved, I found him the Cokes that said Fernando.
Oh, he.
So I bought them for him, but when we moved, he threw them away. I don't know what he did with them, but he doesn't have them anymore. Maybe he does, but oh no, that's right. He had all this stuff that was garbage in his office, and he said I could go through it all and I could have it. And I'm like, hey, I bought you these. You threw them on the floor in the trash and told me I could have them. Great.
That's how much I thought of your gift.
Yeah. Was nice though. That's when we were moving, and I was coming in at 3 in the morning, and sometimes 2:30, and oh, it was great. I'm over there in the building.
I know it was great for you.
But he took everything off the shelves, threw it on the floor, and a lot of it was good stuff because he's Fernando. Brand new digital cameras in the boxes, and I sold them on eBay. Yeah, they were like outdated, but they weren't that old.
Yeah, except that's the problem. They're
They were
outdated like
Kodak.
crap.
No, they weren't bad. I still sell them for like $75.
Yeah, but I mean, a $75 digital camera nowadays is literally dog shit.
Yeah, but guess
It's
what?
dog shit. It's
But
pointless to
$75
buy.
in my pocket isn't dog shit.
Yeah, but the person who bought it is an idiot for buying it. Let's be realistic.
No, it still worked fine for taking pictures at water damages and
Your
stuff.
camera, your camera on the phone is better than that camera.
Yeah, but at the time, some businesses probably still take the cameras,
I mean-
upload the pictures to the computer or something. I don't know.
My coworker needed a camera to take pictures.
10 left, guys.
My
10 left.
my coworker needed a camera to take pictures of the meters, the electric meters for all the sites every month. My freaking coworker, the other coworker, buys her a digital camera, but it's the little crappy cheap ones. I'm like, what? And then he gets one for the dances we would do. He gets a nice $600 camera, and I'm like, I mean, literally, phone cameras are better than any of those cheap things nowadays. I remember all the cameras we used to have though for Serpro, and you were supposed to take pictures of the meters and the setup of everything.
Yeah, it was those cameras, the red and blue ones.
Yeah,
Remember
they're
those red and blue ones?
Crap.
That's what they were. That's what they were.
And I remember the fights there was always with Joe about like the phone,
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
the phone.
Or you know, if
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna,
you- oh,
if
yeah.
I'm gonna,
They were
if I'm
get-
gonna use my, this was before they had unlimited minutes. If I'm gonna use my phone and my minutes on your time, then you're gonna pay me for it. That's what it was at one time.
Except it was the problem wasn't unlimited minutes.
He wanted to take the phone. He was either say, I'm gonna take the phone when I'm on call, and you can call me on the company phone.
Except it didn't cost Joe anything to take those calls. That's my whole point.
Well, the thing was,
You know it
at the
didn't.
time, he didn't have unlimited minutes.
No, well, Matt, it was still Verizon. And Verizon's always free.
Yeah, but it wasn't Verizon to Verizon. It was Office to Joe.
And number two, they're still not like the amount of minutes he had. I guarantee were more than they
I
would
don't
ever
know.
call
He
him.
just told me the other day he has 2 gigabytes a month. That's it. On his smartphone.
Well, that's for data though.
2 gigabytes?
Yeah, that's his choice.
That's not a lot.
No, that's not. That's his choice though.
I know.
But it all depends. That could be plenty for someone.
I'm just saying, I didn't think your phone could
if you-
survive on that. Just automatically updating in public.
Well,
and-
if you have a job, first of all, you can turn a thing off on like iPhones. It says, "Do you want to use data when you're not connected?" Most people nowadays are actually connected to Wi-Fi almost everywhere they're at. Some people have jobs where they have Wi-Fi all day at work, or you don't use your phone at work. It depends. I know this isn't the most fun, guys, but for us, it's actually very therapeutic. You are correct.
it's when we get to hang out.
Yeah.
Waiting for you guys.
What's up, Dandy
Dandy?
Andy?
Dude, we've been sticking around longer than we said we were going to because we really want to
Were
sell
you
this
there
out.
Were you there last night, Dandy Andy? That was a crazy break.
He was in the break. He had a spot.
Were you around though last
I
night?
don't know if you got a hit, but I know you were in the break. I was just packaging cards up before this.
That was just crazy fun.
Only 10 left,
Matt
guys.
goes,
10 left.
Matt goes, it was okay, and
It's
it's like
been a long wormhole
he
night.
goes,
and-
it was
Dandy.
okay. That was okay. Yeah, bull crap. If you were here, you would have been like, oh my god, guys. You know you would be too, especially with that last
Well,
goal.
especially with Brett screaming his head off at the end. All I could think of was, oh, here we go. He tells me that I have to cut the shit, and then he's
Well,
freaking screaming.
but
I mean, screaming.
You'll be literally doing that all hits.
You were screaming.
I mean, that was a pretty good once in a lifetime type thing. Couple lifetime, but still. It was. Those were some decent hits for what we for the product we got. Those were amazing hits. And number two, to end on that, for that to be the
Yeah, but
last
we don't
card.
do those that much. How do we know that doesn't happen every time?
Let's be realistic here. That does not happen all the time with those hits.
Yeah.
One of 99,
I know.
and it's a quad relic with an auto. It's quad relic auto. That's pretty good.
I gotta take advantage of those. I gotta sell a couple cards so I can buy that Ricky Henderson.
That is a good break, is all I'm saying. Even if you didn't get a good hit,
I want to
you'd
get
have to
that
be
card
like,
off
wow.
you had to put with my Ricky Hendersons. I gotta sell a couple cards to get that off you.
I thought I did a good job sounding the part, and like you saw, I didn't go crazy over every card. When it was a
No, I don't care if he yells. I'm just saying he always gives me a hard time about it.
because you'll yell. I remember one night you were literally yelling at like every hit, like, oh my, and my ears literally go like, what the heck? Do you do IOUs? I'll take 100 IOU. Nice try. We're trying not to do those because unfortunately, we've had bad results. Like it went well until it didn't go well.
Not to say that we did with you, which is everybody, almost everybody but you, Sean. Over the time, it's ended up turning into not so good.
We've let people do it in the past. It always goes well
we-
until it doesn't.
We let everyone do it until it doesn't, because we're giving everyone the benefit of the doubt until they screw us. People from the old days were still letting do that, but we did have a couple situations. One not too long ago.
So we're gonna try to avoid that.
Yeah, one not too long ago, and yeah, I don't mind doing it with you, Sean. For,
And it wasn't always on purpose.
for a
I mean,
couple of teams, not a big deal.
and when we had an issue, it wasn't like the person was like an evil person. It
Right.
just unfortunately like, oh, I spent more money than I should have.
And then but the problem was, it was like 3 or 4 teams over multiple breaks, and then we had to figure out which ones he had, and then
But not just
it
one
was
person,
already
though.
on eBay. It was already on eBay, so then we got screwed because the couple teams we couldn't list on eBay.
I know, Sean. We
So-
want it to rip bad too. We do.
It
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'll talk to Matt, but I wouldn't mind. You're kind of
My stomach, I know.
It's
Because I was just doing this, wiping my glasses off.
I mean, if we have to Saturday, I don't know if you're okay with it, but I'm okay with going on before.
Well, if we can get this sold tonight, let's give it till
I know. I'm just
7, the latest.
I don't mind. We'll give it to 7, guys. Trust us, we want this to rip. We're sitting here. We'd much rather be ripping it as much as this is fun. We'd rather be ripping it for you guys. It's gonna take about an hour to rip. So if we begin now, it's gonna be another hour. It's gonna. Ooh, excuse me. And Matt and I have to be up in the morning, so we will definitely do it. We don't mind. We'd rather have had already been ripping it. Trust us, we want to rip. I had such a good time last night, guys. I don't get to rip very often, and it's definitely different to be on that side of it than do what I usually do. When you get to be the person opening the cards, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling getting to hold them, even if you don't get to keep them. You're thrilled. It's a hard feeling to beat. It's kind of like winning the lottery.
Ooh.
Scratching scratch tickets, essentially, is what it feels like.
10 left, guys. I did message the old closer, but I haven't heard back. That was about 10 minutes ago. But these are cheap spots, guys. Like I said, we got great prices on these. We did this break. We're making not very much money on this. We did it 25% cheaper. Yeah, right. 25% cheaper than last time. I figured out what we did. So I mean, it's each team I made the exact same percentage less. So than the last one. So it's 25. Each team's 25% roughly less than the last time we did it. So I mean, these prices are really good.
We even had Easy recommended last night. He's like, "Why don't we razz it?" And I'm like,
Raz what?
when we had what spots we had left.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't see that you were.
Well, he mentioned
Me
Razin.
and Joe were watching that part.
He
of
mentioned
whatever.
Razin. I'm like, yeah, but the teams are already so cheap. I mean, if I can't sell off these 5 or 6 or whatever it was at the time, I'm like, Razin ain't gonna move it.
Well, the thing is, I was watching other people's money last night.
Oh, one more.
Oh.
Kazuma.
Yep.
Thank you, Kazuma.
Oh, the Blue Jays, most expensive team left.
There we go.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised
started
they lasted that long.
I was gonna write Toronto Blue Jays.
Uh,
Okay, guys, we're getting there.
So I was watching other people's money with Joe, and then when the movie was over, I went, "Oh crap! I wonder if Brett is breaking." And because I knew you were on at 7, but then I forgot to go check again, and then I was like, "Oh shit! He's still trying to sell." I was surprised you were still on. So I was like, "Oh, it's so low. That's why." And then I texted
Man.
Colt, and he instantly said, "Yeah, give me the rest."
Man, Jaron Duran just got called up. by
Yeah,
the
he
Red
just got
Sox,
called up. I heard
and
that.
then Yankees
Duffy.
postponed due to COVID.
And then the Yankees postponed. Oh, geez, they're still doing that. You don't hear about that as much now. Obviously, if they have to, but yeah, I did read that earlier, Duffy. Oh, Jesus, ripped my ankle off. Whatever you just did, yanked the trash can 2 inches that way, and the way my ankle was, it like pulled on it.
Hasn't moved.
It did move because my leg was down inside, and when you did it, it bent when you put your feet up. It stretched the trash can that way. I didn't say ow for no reason.
We're almost there, guys. We're getting there. Again, we'll give it to 7. We'll give it to 7. If not, then we'll try to finish it
Yeah,
Saturday.
that'll be the latest, guys. We'll give it to 7.
We definitely do appreciate it, and it stinks that much more, obviously, when
Yeah,
we
we
have
are
to,
going to
but-
be breaking a whole full case of Gypsy Queen, 10 boxes on Saturday. So it's going to be a busy night as it is. And with doing this today, obviously we'd rather do it today so it can be sorted and team bagged before we even do that tomorrow. So Saturdays can be pretty hectic when we have eBay breaks. So especially multiple.
No, it'd be sweet, guys, if we don't finish it today. After games, we should sell it out, or during games, we should sell it out and break it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not this week. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do that, guys. Let's
No.
do it next week.
No, we got to refill up the thing box,
Of what?
the punch box.
You got stuff over there, don't you?
Yeah, but you and I have to go
Yeah,
over.
don't use those packs.
I know, that's my whole point. You and I have to talk about what we want to fill it with. You and I have to do a little bit of talking and say, okay, what can we fill it with? Figure out what we can do. No E's or A's for Andy. No E's or A's. I didn't get that until you guys mentioned it. Like, oh, you meant, oh, okay. I didn't get when you were saying, like, no A's and E's. And I'm like, what does he mean, A's and E's? Oh, the games.
A-E-I-O-U.
Well, it's
E-I-O.
I will say,
A-I-E.
we never planned to have this many days missing for the games, but it's supposed to be hard to get for a purpose. We don't, not that we don't want someone to win, but it should take months to win technically, because it's going to be hopefully a decent prize. We have to check in with him on that.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
It is kind of like going back to stores. No masks anywhere anymore usually, and there are places I've gone where like, do I need one?
Yeah, they just have the sign up that says, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And it's like, well, you're gonna ask me? Just like I read somebody wrote, they're like, I went into a store the other day. I think it was Walmart or somewhere. This was after you don't have to wear the mask anymore. Somebody asked me if I was vaccinated when I went in, and I asked them, do they like anal? Well, if you're gonna ask me an uncomfortable question, I'm gonna ask you one.
Okay, and then you both answer truthfully.
Right. That wasn't me. I didn't ask the question. I thought it was funny.
It was I was thinking about it, guys. I was like, I remember when, again, we talked about this already, but again, when COVID first hit, I really had one of those moments. I thought it was like they were going to be tanks on the street. They were going to have
I remember.
checkpoints.
I remember you were all like, you know,
You were nervous too. I remember.
Yeah, I remember James Nyland was like, "Yeah, you gotta go buy like the big bags of beans and the rice.
Yeah, that's
stuff
what I
that you can
thought.
store."
I couldn't do that at the time though, so I was like, "Oh crap!" And I remember thinking to myself, like,
The stores were all going bare. Remember, it was like, "Oh, toilet paper," and I remember I was like, "What were you saying about me making fun of me?" I remember the whole time during COVID, I didn't have to buy toilet paper. Everyone didn't have any. I had 200 rolls because I always had lots of toilet paper because I bought it in bulk. I ran out of paper towels though. I ended up having to buy like
just clean HIPAA.
I had to buy like the single rolls they were giving you at Staples because Staples would get them, and they would just be like only one. It was a 2-pack actually, but only one. That's all you could get. I was like, that's fine. It's a jumbo. You know that lasts me probably a month.
It annoyed me because you couldn't get rubber gloves, and I like to use them for like certain meats when I prep meats. It is kind of nice.
We got a crap load at work.
Well,
Fernando didn't have any problem taking boxes home for him and Bernadette.
I bought I used up the rest of my black leather gloves that I bought for doing mechanic stuff on my bike, and I remember the same box I bought for $20 was going for $50. $50 on Amazon.
I took a box home.
I was like, Jesus.
I grabbed a box and brought it home.
You may want to rephrase that to I stole from my work.
No, I took it home.
Well, no, that's what happened though.
What? 200 gloves per box, so it's gonna last a long time. They work great. Those
so Matt's looking for a job. Anyone want to hire someone who will steal and then try to be like, it's not a big deal?
No, I couldn't get them anywhere, so I got them from work. We got crap.
That's not how that works.
We got.
Do you think that's what all the nurses did at their work?
Probably.
I needed masks for my home, so I just stole them from work.
Probably, I did. I had my own mask actually. We all have our masks. We all have our own masks. But we have like the respirators. But yeah, I mean, they work great to do like when I'm marinating steak and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I like it when I do chicken wings. I liked it because it was chicken always gets me nervous. I wash my hands.
I don't do it because of that.
I'll wash my hands anyways, but
just easier.
It is easier when you handle meat.
Or if it's super super cold, been in the fridge for you're messing around and they're pulling out chicken.
Anytime I deal with meats, I don't mind. I like the idea of having gloves.
I did a skirt steak yesterday, so they had it at Shaw's 50% off, a big skirt steak. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know what this is, but I said, oh,
it's a skirt steak.
So but I didn't know what it would taste like. So I went on. It's a different type.
Meat.
No, it's almost like roast. It has more of a grainier, but it has a regular steak flavor, but it has a texture of a roast.
You thief, Sean.
And
you charlatan.
I'll tell you, it worked. They said you got to cook it quick, and you got to cook it medium rare.
You cook it over coals
because you don't want it to. If you overcook that, it'll be so tough. Because they said it's a diaphragm meat or something. It's like underneath.
I know what a skirt steak is. I've eaten it.
It was so tender. I cooked it with just salt, pepper, and garlic powder.
That's the steak where you cook it on coals.
They said it's in the front. It's in front of the flank steak.
Like the best way to make it is to take coals, but you have to use you use charcoal, but you use lump charcoal. You turn it on fire, and then you put the steak directly on the coals.
Well, that's why I turned the oven on to 500.
I'm part owner of the company, though. Oh, you stole them from your own company?
Yeah, Fernando was taking boxes home.
Well, that's part when you're the owner, you can do that shit. I do the same thing, guys. I just take cards when I see cards I like that are nice. I'm like, it's my company. So if you've ever been missing a card, well, it's my company. I can do what I want.
500. I put it at 500 degrees, and I have the meter, that really nice thermometer, the meter, and that thing works great. So you just hit flank steak, throw it in the oven. It tells you, give it a couple of minutes. It tells you how many minutes till it'll be done. Exact. Tells you when to take it out. 5 minutes before. Then you hit it. It tells you to rest for so many minutes. Tells you to ready to eat. Thing works amazing.
Tells you to.
Thing is amazing. Worked great. So that way I can time my mashed taters, and all that good stuff. Peas and carrots.
What do you mean time your peas?
No, start cooking everything else so that in the microwave, because they're frozen, like the niblets, the little ones in butter sauce. Because I had to do the corn and the peas. And
Oh, I didn't even see what you said, Sean. That's okay. You don't know the big ones anyways. I have small hands, Sean.
Yeah, we ended up getting some larges, and they didn't fit some of the guys. They didn't fit me, and I'm like, these are not large gloves. These are medium gloves.
I don't know the big hits. That's also true.
Yeah,
I don't know that as much either.
Um,
That's why the relationship with Matt and I work out well.
I think
he's more informed on. Actually, I don't even think you knew that though. The Jared Kalenic.
Yeah, I did. You didn't see my message? I have like 30 Jared Kalenic autos probably.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Gypsy Queen. If they put the rookie label on there, that's going to be his first rookie card of the year.
Well, I know he was in other products because I've had him,
So,
but it maybe wasn't his.
It's not his rookie card. That's what 3 cent said.
Well, I don't know what it is then. I don't know the cards I have, what it was from, what sets it was from, but
I think it was.
I know I have some. I'm exaggerating. I don't think I have 20, but I probably have at least like 7 Jared Kalenic autos.
I think he said Jared Kalenic. Let's see.
Yeah, it was when I was collecting, and I was collecting Jared Duran and Ryan Zefferjon and all my Red Sox ones. Michael
First
Duffy.
non-auto Jared Kalenic card is in this set is short print. And that I think that's what he said.
I think it was Triple E 2 years ago, Duffy, and I got into a whole case, and I got so lucky, and I think I got every single Red Sox auto. Zefferjon, I think it was Duran was in there. I don't know if Dahlbeck was in that. I was a whole bunch of rookies, though. I mean, prospects at the time. And I got all of them. It was awesome.
301 to 320 are short prints.
301 to 320.
Yeah, for the number for cards.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some of these products make me nervous that I'm going to screw up. Because we never usually do Gypsy Queen, and it has all these funky things.
Oh, you have to learn by fire.
Well, we only have one case.
Hey, Marty! Hi, Sylvia! You want to play? We're broccoli heads!
That was your dad? I couldn't even hear his voice. Is that just now?
Hey, hi, Sylvia! You want to play?
I wish I could record this.
We're broccoli heads!
You guys hear that? That's Brett's dad. But his voice doesn't sound like that.
Hi, Marty! Hi, Sylvia!
Put it in front of the camera.
Okay, I gotta record this, guys. This is my dad.
Broccoli heads!
Start it over. Start it over.
Hi, Marty! Hi, Sylvia! You want to play? We're broccoli heads!
So basically, long story short, is my niece and nephew that I watch.
Little.
There's a Snapchat filter of make your head broccoli, so the kids always see it and they always go, ah! And the kids, for some reason, a friend of ours who's their other non-biological uncle, they'll be like, Uncle Bo wants one. We have no clue what they're talking about, but they love the broccoli filter for their heads, so we have no clue what's going on here, but that's what my dad was trying to do, is be like,
So
I'm
they're gonna use those broccoli heads to put somebody's head in there, you mean?
no, he was just trying to
He
be
was
like,
just
oh,
doing
we're
it?
broccoli heads. Well,
okay.
guess what? I'm not watching the kids today, so that was pointless. You sent it to the wrong person.
Plus, it's too late. It's 7 o'clock.
I know. Why would I'm not even with the kids right now. I don't know if they were trying to send that for me, but I just felt I want to record that and then show. I'll use it to embarrass him.
Actually, you know what? Tomorrow when I go into work, I'll go, Hi, Marty!
You
Hi,
should
Sylvia!
grab 2 pieces of broccoli and be like,
Where am I gonna get broccoli?
I have frozen broccoli. Take 2 pieces in a Ziploc bag just to do the. Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Hey, Greg. Hey, Fernando.
I'll give you 2 pieces. You should do it. Bring it home, put it in your freezer, and bring it to work.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
Greg.
don't have to be frozen.
I know. I'm just trying to make a point.
Put it in the fridge so they bounce around.
Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Nobody said anything. Thought they were gonna laugh.
Again, it's what it is.
What have we got left in here?
2 minutes.
No, room.
1,
People.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
people.
8, 9 spots, and we have
Oh, all right.
5 people. So you guys did a good job. There are going to be days like this again. Like I said, lunch was struggling today. I know. I'm saying we're all struggling, obviously. So there are going to be times. You guys sold 9 spots today. It was 18 this morning, I think. So you guys sold like 9 spots, I think. You guys did amazing. That's a really good amount to sell in a day. It depends. It all depends how it goes, but
It's a
you
cheap
know,
break.
well, it doesn't matter.
I think we got another one.
It's been tougher lately.
Oh, maybe not. Never mind. It just popped up on my phone as the
Well,
notification of payment
all I can think
received.
about is that one time where it was like, okay, guys, it's time to go. We got like one.
Well, the thing is, usually after, Colt will message me later that night and be like,
I'll take them.
and he'll be like, "You still doing that?" And I'm like, "No, dude, we're all done." And he's like,
Yeah, no problem,
"Oh shit,
Duffy.
sorry."
We do really appreciate it, guys. Trust us. If we had, again, I just got to be up in the morning. Matt's got to be up in the morning. And wait for what, Sean? If you sell that out, Sean, you got 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Sean.
Got 1 minute. It's 6:59.
I know, but he said wait. I want to know what the wait is.
Now I'm gonna be like Brett always says. Oh, we go again. Wait, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes.
All I can think about
When
is
it's me, you always say that.
I can think about a Thursday, and OMG goes on usually after us on Thursdays in the past, and it was like,
now.
yeah, but my point is,
Last year, yeah.
he was going on like at 8, for example, and I remember the break went till like 7
He'd
o'clock.
always push his back. He'd always have to push his back.
But I remember it was like we didn't have a sale for like 45 minutes, and we're like, okay, now it's been like almost 2-something hours or whatever. And Matt's like, oh, we'll give it 10 more minutes, and then we get like one sale. Okay, we'll give it another, and it like,
And it
Jesus.
sold out. That was after eBay.
And it did sell out.
That
yeah.
was after eBay. It was late. It was like midnight. That was a late
No, it was
break.
not midnight.
Well, it was late. I
No.
remember because you wanted to go to bed.
8 o'clock is when he finally got to break his because ours sold. It was not late. It was a Thursday. We didn't go till midnight
What
on
I'm
Thursday.
thinking of was on an eBay night.
And I just remember you kept pushing it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Come on.
Come on. Fucking Christ. Where's that card?
What card?
So I had a card here. Right?
I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, there's
Oh,
lots
it's
of
still
cards
over
here.
there. No, but that
Billion
Alexa.
cards.
Do you remember that Alexa Bliss that Shiny gave me?
Yeah,
I think that's still here.
I'm sure it is. It should be up somewhere. If you took care of your cards, you'd know.
Is it
It's
up
not
here?
gonna be in my. It's not gonna be in my thing for
I
everyone.
don't know what is what. So. Fucking ceiling, all the ant shit's falling or something. It was like
the ant shit.
Yeah, like sawdust and ant shit and
No,
everything.
ants don't shit.
Yeah, they do.
I should say ants don't shit. They shit in literally an area. They don't just shit wherever they feel
That's
like.
kind of cool.
Haven't you ever seen people, those like the guys on YouTube, can't do it, 131, I don't have it until next Friday. Yeah, it's no problem, Sean. Again, we should be able to finish it up Saturday. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to finish
I
it
know,
up
it just
Saturday.
sucks. We wanted to get it done today.
Well, yeah, we did too.
That
We
way
all
we
want
could
to.
sort it and everything and have it ready to go.
But it's okay. We'll do it Saturday. Well, it's not going to be in there.
These are yours?
Yeah, those are the ones I give away.
Oh.
Again, we'll get this, guys. We'll finish this Saturday. I have no doubt. Again, we bought.
You may want to double check, make sure there's no Shohei Otani's in here because he's like hot right now.
Well, I'm okay with giving people good cards. That's the whole point.
I
That's
know.
why they're giveaways. Not the, oh, I got some shitty cards for you guys.
Ichiro, huh? Look at this one, guys.
Again, if I had a $5,000 card, I don't want to give that away, but
We've got some nice cards in here, guys.
Yeah. Well, anytime free. Free's always good.
What'd you do? Put all your cards in a box?
I have to go through mine. I got to get rid of a bunch.
You might want to go through these because these aren't all for sale.
I know they're not. I know. When I pick it up, I don't.
You guys ever see this card of Brett's?
That's still one of my favorites.
You gotta. Oh, that's in plastic? No. You gotta put it in a new
We'll
case.
catch you, Sean. We're gonna go
You
in
gotta
a
put it
minute.
in a new case. You scratch the shit out of this case because you never put it in a team bag.
I know.
You guys remember this?
I
4 out
still
of 10
love that
John
card.
Smoltz. When it came out of modern Panini Diamond Kings, but it was a throwback to when they had logos.
And that was in a lunch break, I think.
John Smoltz out of 10.
I was so excited for
This
that.
one I still have to buy.
I remember the one, Matt's, and we were going over prices, and Matt's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna pay you that much."
Check this one out, guys, too.
Yeah, I did love that one. That kind of makes me think of Pokemon for some reason. And that one's awesome because Matt was so pissed.
No,
Oh,
this is
of
the one I
course you
want.
did. The
That's
one I don't
want.
have.
That's the one I want.
Yeah, I remember how pissed you were.
Although, that one's a sticker, though, but...
Though. Yeah, it's still better than nothing. That's how I look at it.
I know. It's just like kind of like, really, Topps?
I know. It is ridiculous
It's
when
Topps.
they do that.
Why do they do that?
So, guys, we really do appreciate it. We'd love to stay all night, except tomorrow's an early morning for me, I know. I have to be up for 4:30.
Bullshit.
What?
I don't know.
What was that bullshit?
Bullshit.
Yeah, I gotta be up early, so I definitely don't mind. It's gotta take an hour to break, blah blah blah, as you guys know. But we'll get there, guys. You're doing a great job. Not every day can be a win, except today was not a bad day. I know it wasn't breaking, but
Of course we want to break, guys. I drive over here after work. It's not like we don't want to break.
you know we'll do what we can always. Again, Saturday I have no doubt we can get this sold out. So
Well, you'd have to go on to do that.
we will. It's worth it. Again, we'll have to figure out what's going on the week after, guys. All I know for right now is Clearly, and I haven't paid for it. I don't know if you want me to pay yet.
Oh,
I haven't paid it. We should do it tonight, shouldn't we?
probably.
So, okay, we'll catch you guys. Love you. We really do. You got it low enough that it should go a